All right, well, what a day it is here in Vegas and here inside Studio 31, where we welcome you into a very special edition of VGK Today. I'm Ashali Vise with Gary Lawless, Shane Hnidy, and the newest Vegas Golden Knight, Mitch Marner. Mitch, first, how would you describe the welcome your family got into the rink today? Was that Vegas enough for you?
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. My family loved it. So I thought the drums were going to come out at one point today. I didn't know when. And then we kind of thought it might come when we were walking in. I had my little man with me, and he sleeps pretty well, so he slept through that easily. He's a beast, so I was happy to see that. I wanted to be a part of that celebration with me. It's something that I can look back on a lot in a couple years and just really be happy that he was with me for that.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to have everybody there and him do it. And for yourself, you're said Toronto boy, played in Toronto. A lot of excitement, but there's probably it's still not an easy decision, right? When you're moving a family, you said a family man now, but you seem like this is the right decision for you guys going forward. The excitement's there, but at the same time, is there nerves? Is this kind of taking you back maybe to your early years in the league?
Yeah, maybe a little bit for sure. I mean, just coming into a new team, to know names very quickly. I've got to meet a couple guys just through texting and calling them through the last couple of days, which has been great. Got the group chat going now on the text, so that's going to be fun to get going. But it's definitely going to feel a little bit like fresh meat in a way for sure. Coming into, everything's new. We're really excited about it though. This is the spot that we really have wanted to be. We wanted to be here for a while, so this is exciting, and we're happy to be here.
Mark Stone was texting me. They showed the video of you coming into the office, and I was in the background. I had a smile on my face, and he's like, I have to really work hard to be the best right winger on the team this year. I said, what's wrong with having two superstar right wingers?
Yeah.
How excited are you about the players that are already here?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, that's obviously a big part of why I came. Just the talent on this team. Guys that have done it as well. That's always something important. But just also from what I've heard, unbelievable guys. Just as I got to meet Stoney, Theodore, and Hill at the Four Nations, they were all awesome. Their wives were extremely, extremely nice to my wife too. I think the wives were talking a little bit more than what the boys were talking about. Vegas-wise, we were more focused on trying to go out and win the Four Nations. But yeah, there's so much talent on this roster. It's really special, and that's something that really grabbed our attention as well.
I was at the game in Boston, and you got the puck in the corner there, and found McDavid in the slot. Huge international goal for Canada. There's been a spotlight on you since you were a little boy, and in Vegas, it's different than. It's entertainment as well as the game, and you've been in the arena, you've seen the show. How excited are you to be part of that? And the Golden Knights are different than anybody else.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about it. I mean, I was just saying, like, as a player, you don't really get to see the entertainment side of things because we're usually in the locker room. You're sitting in there trying to rather fuel up, get your breath back, rest up, just to get ready for another period or whatever is coming in a way. But from my parents, usually always make a trip out of this one. It's pretty easy to. I don't even need to say convincing. It's more so I get a text saying we're going to be in Vegas on your trip, and before my schedule even is like officially out there, they know it. So they've always raved about just the entertainment, just the vibe around the arena. From my point of view, when I've played here, just how electric the crowd is. It's always a fun crowd to be a part of. They're on their feet, they're going, they're dancing around, they're having a great time, regardless if it's a penalty kill, power play, even strength. That's something that, you love to see. So that's something that hopefully I can help bring them off their seat a couple more times this year and, hear them going nuts.
So it sounds like your family's already a big fan of the city. How much time have you spent here outside of coming here once a year to play?
Yeah, not often, to be honest. I mean, usually it's bachelor parties maybe. We never really knew too many people that lived just here off the strip-wise. Luckily enough, through the past couple years, we got to meet Revo, who lives here full-time in the summer. So we would have liked to make a trip last year to come and see him, but stuff was kind of too busy. We didn't know what was going on. We were trying to figure out our life in a way as well. And, very happy to be here now. We're talking to Revo. We're going to try to figure out a day here this week to go out and, have dinner with him and his wife and go see his two kids that are awesome. So, Yeah, we're very excited to now come out and fully experience Vegas. I think a lot of people just think of it as that strip, and there's so much more to Vegas of what I've heard and what I've seen in my short time of being out here this week. So I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to make my family bigger here and keep it going.
Oh, that's awesome. I just wanted to. Gary touched on it, and I know you did there, because everybody talks about Toronto. It's a different market, but I think Kelly McCrimmon, you said it too. The pressure really comes from the players.
Yeah.
You guys put that on yourself, and I don't know how you measure yourself. We all know you're an elite playmaker, but I think understated certainly for our fans don't know. And Kelly McCrimmon talked about how good you are defensively and how much you put an emphasis on that in your game to penalty kill, be responsible in your own end, and all that. Is that kind of telling our new fans here well rounded?
Yeah, I was very grateful for how he spoke about me out there. But yeah, I like to play both sides of the puck. I really like to look at my defensive game and try to just keep getting that better. I really take a lot of pride in playing on the defensive side of the puck and helping out defensemen or goalies, whatever it is, I think in that way too, it also lets your D-man have a little bit more freedom of playing up the ice more and doing their thing with, having the trust of, there's so many guys in this team that play great on both sides of the puck realistically. So I think that just gives the freedom to the D-man to get up more in plays, activate more. The D on this team also have so much skill and can really create a lot of stuff offensively for us forwards. So my goal is just try to go out there and, obviously try to score a lot of goals and help win games, but at the same time try to keep them out of our net and be responsible and, be counted on for a lot of different areas of the ice.
Did you bring that to London, or did Dale Hunter play a role in instilling that the passion to be good at both sides? I
think it was a little bit of both. I was very grateful at a young age that I had great coaches that really kind of threw that in my mind early of playing both sides of the puck. Growing up, I played center mostly, so I've kind of played the center of the ice up and down and had to play down in the corners a lot more. And then I think just when I got to London, that was a big thing for Dale Hunter and Mark, both of them. I was coming as a 16-year-old with a team that was hosting the Memorial Cup that year. So many talented, skilled players on that team. I kind of think from the start, I realized that I had to play a smart defensive game if I was going to play, I would say, half the games even. And I think throughout that year, Dale started really trusting me a lot more defensively, and that's why I started playing more minutes. And I think from that moment on, I just kind of clicked in my head. We had a lot of great defensive players on that team as well when I was growing up. Of Bo Horvat, Chris Tierney, those guys were really, defensively sound for us. And from that point on, I just, started really taking a lot of care in it. Wanted to, go out there and do well for offensively wise, but at the same time, try to shut down the best offensive guys on their team and just try to start taking joy in that and, try to play that way.
You and your wife welcomed your first child just a few months ago. We talked about him being here upon your entrance here today. What's the Marner family like to do outside of the rink, get out and about?
Well, we got a chocolate lab named Zeus, so that's going to be that's our guy. It's going to be very fun to see him get a part of the heat here for a little bit. But we're going to get out for some big walks, find him some water parks if we can, or some pools, and we're going to be swimming a lot of backyards, regardless if it's ours or our teammates. But we like to be around our teammates. We really do. Me and my wife, we love hosting. We love, trying to get the team together to try to have nights together to just relax, just have fun with one another and enjoy each other's company. And that's something that we'll try to bring here. I've been told that the guys already do that a lot here, just with being as close as they are and the subdivision wise and everything like that. It was a little tougher in Toronto on that aspect of just a lot of guys downtown at Etobicoke, Mississauga. It's tough to try to travel, and we had a lot of guys with kids on their team, and to travel 25-30 minutes with that, it's tough, and I totally understood that. And we're going to try to bring that here to be hosting, try to get the group together as much as we can. I think it's very important for the wives and the team to be very connected with one another. I think we need everyone happy to be successful, and that's what we're going to try to bring.
I was just going to say, in about 4 or 5 months, lost your favorite thing, you might say traffic.
Yeah.
From Toronto to here to the rink. Once you see where everybody is, I'm sure if you've looked, you're within 10 minutes to everything, and the furthest maybe 20 minutes down to T-Mobile. So you mentioned Zeus. Before I go, I had another question. You obviously like golf.
Yeah.
That's another good thing.
Yeah.
So Ashley actually put this together. It was Ashley.
Beautiful.
For Zeus, this is a big dog-friendly organization.
Yeah.
We had Maverick.
I heard.
And
I
now-
saw him.
yeah,
Maverick.
so this is
he
that,
still
that's
around?
for
I was
Zeus because
asking.
I know Miles has got
I
his
know.
jersey. You
Yeah,
got your
Miles has his
jersey.
Is this a
jersey.
jersey for Zeus?
I don't know if there's a jersey.
There's
I
not a jersey.
Oh,
There's
he's
a lot
gonna
of
love
a lot
this,
of
though.
good stuff. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know how
yeah.
long that lasts for Zeus.
Zeus
but
doesn't really tear his toys, but this will be
That's
perfect
great.
for like the swimming aspect of things for sure.
We got a frisbee. We got a
Yeah.
big shoe toy. I think there's a
Oh, yeah.
bandana in there.
a leash.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
There we
Zeus is
go.
gonna love this.
I figured Zeus is probably
Yeah.
the most difficult person to get out here to Vegas. Knew he probably wasn't making the
Yeah.
visit,
Yeah.
so you can't go home empty-handed with
Yeah.
nothing for the.
He's gonna love this. I've had a bit of an ongoing problem with bringing home too many dog toys for my dog through warm-ups, just throwing pucks to people. And my wife's like, "We're gonna start donating these. Like, you can't keep bringing them home." So
We'll
she's gonna be
replenish
fired
the
up
Vegas
about
Golden
having
Knights.
these ones, and now we can get rid of some of the old ones and find a better home for some of the old toys. And
Or else
we'll
just
be
get
wearing
another
these.
dog.
That too. I've tried that.
That's
talk.
what happens in my household.
Yeah.
I'm down to 3. I think that's the lowest we've had in a long time.
And when you
I've
have
tried that talk,
when you
too.
have a baby, that's where all the attention goes. That's what everyone asks about,
Yeah,
right?
of
Rightfully
course.
so. But
course.
how is Zeus adjusting to being a big brother?
Oh, he's loving it. He doesn't care. The first night we got to bring Miles home, it was a tough sleeping night for the whole family other than one person, and that was Zeus. He was sitting on the bed snoring logs, getting a solid 7-8 hours of sleep. And
Sounds like Gary.
yeah, I was sitting there just like, Zeus, get off the bed, get away from me, man. You're making me mad. But yeah,
Ashley.
he's been loving it. He's been loving it.
Shane's-
Shot right to you.
Normally it's Shane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the pin cushion.
Shot right to you.
Just he hammers me all
Feel
the time.
No,
free-
come
feel free
on.
to join in
I
anytime,
love when
Mitch.
Ashley does that.
Yeah,
That
that's
makes me
a
happy.
bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'm sure you got a lot more to do, a lot
Yeah.
to see. It's been a whirlwind for you, and
Yeah.
very exciting times.
Yeah.
I can see how excited you are. It's,
Yeah.
it's always tough to move on, but certainly a lot of new energy.
Yep. No, we're very excited to be here. We're very grateful to be here. It's an exciting time for the Marner family, so we're looking forward to it.
Shane, how many years in the NHL now for you?
Oh,
Like
like
playing
playing
and
this is
broadcasting.
26 coming up.
26.
For
And
you.
uh,
Damn.
Ashley's a kid. She's and
Nice.
I've been around for a little while too. So it is a really unique place. The people
Yeah.
people love the players, treat the players really well, and Kelly McCrimmon's one of the very best at what he does. So you're gonna have a chance to win here, which is really cool.
Yeah, you just enjoyed 8 years here. Now you got your turn for 8.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Very
awesome.
excited.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
excited to see you
Yeah,
get on the ice and
congratulations.
get acclimated.
you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
This
you.
was VGK Today. Big welcome to Mitch, Stephanie, Miles, and Zeus.
And Zeus, yes.